Is it okay now? Can you hear me clearly? Okay, okay. Then we can start. Okay, I'm repeating it again. That is, in our today's class, we will solve problem based on linear function and quadratic function. Okay. Uh, Here we will solve the mathematical model, then we'll interpret the result with the real world problem. Okay, basically there are three steps here. At first, construction of mathematical model, then solve it, and then interpret the result. Uh, Before that, we need to gather some knowledge on linear function, right? So before going to linear function, that is, uh, we are given here an equation that is ax plus by plus c, ax plus by equals to c. Here, if we follow this equation, uh, any equation uh, uh, just like this, which follow this form, is a line. Okay, if we draw the graph of this kind of equation, then we will get a line. Okay, that means if we write down just here 2x plus 3y equals to 6. That means this equation is in the form of this, right? So if we draw a graph of this equation, then we will get graph graph of a line. Okay, then we will get a line that is just like this. And here there are some conditions, and if b equals to 0 in this equation, if b equals to 0 and a not equals to 0. So if b equals to 0, then this term will be vanished. So we will have here x equals to c by a. Okay, c over a. That means in this equation, ax plus by equals to c. And if y equals to 0, so if y equals to 0 or b equals to 0, that means here not y. If b equals to 0, then we have here ax equals to c, right? So x equals to c by a. Okay. So that means the line, this line that is x equals to c by a, that is a horizontal line. X equals to c by a. Sorry, a vertical line. Sorry, it's a vertical line. That means if we get x equals to 2, so here 1, 2. That means 1, 2. So x equals to 2. That means this is the line whose equation equals to x equals to 2. So this line is a vertical line basically. Okay. That means any equation just like this, x equals to a constant, then we will get a vertical line from this. And another point from this discussion, that is any equation which if that is in this form, if we draw the graph of this equation, then we will get a line. Okay, or it can be just like this, or even it can be just like this, or even it can be just like this. But the graph of this type of equation will be must be a graph. Okay. Then uh, we'll come to the slope. That is slope or gradient. Another name, that is gradient. So gradient, if we are given 2 points, okay, if we are given 2 points, first one is x1, y1. In generally, if we just let the coordinate of the point, two coordinates of the 2 points is first one is x1, y1, and second one is x2, y2. Then the slope of the line joining these 2 points is m equals to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. That means here, if this point is x1, y1, and this one is x2, y2, so slope joining these 2 points, slope of the line joining these 2 points, that is this. That means basically slope means steepness of a line. Okay. And here vertical change y2 minus y1 is often called rise. And the horizontal change often called the run. So there are two here, this portion called rise, okay, rise, and this portion called run, okay. And this value of m, that is that indicates slope. So the value of m can be positive, negative, even zero or undefined. That indicates the line, what type of line we will get. That means, is it okay? That is, the value of m can be positive, even can be negative, can be zero. Okay. Okay. It goes up. Right. 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 And if the value of m is zero, that means there is no slope there, right? So the line will be just parallel to x-axis. There is no slope in this line. There is no slope in this line. So basically, we will need this n equals to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. We can also find out how the value of m came from. That is, here uh, we are given, that is, if this point is x1 and y1, and this point is x2 and y2. Okay, so basically m equals to rise, and then overrun. Okay, overrun. That means uh, here, if we just connect this point, that means this value is indicates the value of x1, right? And this one indicates y1, right? And here this value indicates x2, and this one indicates y2, right? So if we now move from x1 to x1 y1 to x2 y2. That means if we move to this from first point to second point, then what is the change here? Actually, what type of change happens here? That is, if we add draw a perpendicular line here, so that means uh, along with x-axis, the change is basically this, right? So what is the value of this? Since we have this one x2, right, in total, then up to this we have here x1. So what is the value of this portion? What will be the no, here I'm talking about this portion, value of this portion. Since we have here just from starting point, this is okay, this is the starting point. So from this to up to this, that is the value of this line, that is x2. Okay, so from here to this we have x1, right? So what will be the value of this portion? Right, exactly, x2 minus x1. Okay, now since the value of this portion, that is y1, right? So that means we will have this one y1. Okay, so now if I ask you what will be the value of this portion, y2 minus y1. Oh, right. So here the value of rise, that means this portion, and then run this portion. Okay, this portion, right? So if we put a value here, m equals to rise, that means y2 minus y1, and then run x2 minus x1. This is how we get the value of m. Okay, okay. Uh, now if I give you 2 points, coordinates of 2 point, that is coordinates of first point, that is 2, 3, and if you are given the coordinates of second point, that is 4, 5. So if you are asked to find the slope joining these 2 points, find the slope of the line joining two. Okay, it will be 5 minus 3 by 4 minus 2. So that is 2 by 2, that is 1. Okay, 1. The slope is 1. Okay, now if we see the example of this, that is later, that is if the slope is 0, if the slope is 0, then the line will be horizontal to x-axis. Okay, sorry, the line is parallel to x-axis. Sorry, the line is parallel to x-axis. That means horizontal. Okay, and if the slope is positive, that means the line will be just like this. It can be just like this. That means here, uh, uh, here another important part, that is if the line just like this, that means the line make an angle with the x-axis, right? That is x-axis. So if we consider the angle theta, that means the value of this theta will be in between 0 and 90. Okay, that means the value, if the value of the theta is in between 0 and 90, then the slope will be, then the slope m equals to slope will be positive. Okay, that means the line it can be also just like this. Here the angle theta, it is also in between 0 and 90. So it can be here just like this also. If this angle is theta, so it is in between 0 and 90. So that means we will get the slope positive if the line makes an angle theta with the x-axis and the value of the theta is in between 0 and 90. Okay, right. And if the value of the theta, that means the value of this theta here, if greater than more than 90 and it's up to 180. Okay, there is another point we have missed here. If we look at this graph, that is the line makes two angles with x-axis. First one is this, another one is this, right? So which one we will consider here? Which angle we should consider here? Yeah. Uh, okay. I'm clearing it. That is the angle. If we consider this one as an intersection point, right? That is at x-axis. So the angle which, if we consider right side as positive, okay, positive direction, and then left negative direction, right? Usually we consider this. So we have to always consider positive direction. We will consider the angle which is just with the positive direction. For getting slope, okay, for getting slope, we have to consider the angle in the positive direction. Here also, we will have two angles here. So which one we should consider here? That means this one, right? Red one, right? Red one. Okay. So now, if we look at this angle, it must be greater than 90, right? Greater than 90 degree. That means the slope is negative. Do you know why, if the angle is greater than 90, in between 0 and 90, then the slope is positive? Why we are considering this condition? We have another definition of slope, that is called m equals to. Are you familiar with trigonometry? Are you familiar with trigonometry? That is sine, cosine, tangent. Okay, okay. That is another part of slope. That is m equals to, we consider tan theta also. Now, if we put theta here, then we will get the value of the slope. That means if you are given a line which makes an angle with x-axis, if the value of theta is 45 degree, so the slope will be m equals to tan 45 degree. Now if we put the values in calculator, then we will get 1. Okay. Okay, but later, if we have any scope, then I will discuss about it. But here we need to know when the slope of a line is positive, when a slope of a line is negative, when it is zero, when it is undefined. Here, if the angle theta is 90, that means perpendicular to x-axis. No, then it will undefined. Equal 90. Here I have given, here look at the sign here, not equals to 90, less than 90, right? If it is less than 90, then the slope is positive, but if it is exactly 90, then the slope is undefined. Undefined. That means perpendicular. Okay. So we have here 4 cases. Is there any doubt here? Okay, okay, okay. Here, you can also note it down. That is, if the slope is negative, then the value of theta will be greater than 90 and less than 180. Okay, for for negative. Okay, for negative slope. Okay, and for a zero here, theta equals to 0. That means there is the theta value of theta is 0 degree. That means the line is perpendicular, sorry, parallel to x-axis. Okay. Okay. So if we basically uh, want to draw some line whose slope is negative, that will be just like this, right? Just like this. Here all the values of theta greater than 90. Okay, now table 2 equation of a line. Okay, there are so many equations in different forms here. That is, first one is called standard form. We already discussed about it. That is, if we draw this line, then we will get a straight line. Okay, and then this equation. So if you consider just the power of x, or power of x and power of y, that means the power of variable. Here one, we have one, here one, right? So if the power of the variable is 1, then we will get most straight line. That means it can be negative 4x plus 3y equals to 0. It can be in any form. Since the power is 1, so we will get a straight line from here. Okay, we will get a straight line from here. So here we have another form that is called a slope intercept form. Here y equals to mx plus b. Y equals to mx plus b. That is, here m is the slope. M is slope and b is y-intercept. Okay, here b is y-intercept. You can take note of this. We have to use this three form here. All of this form we have to use. And then we have another equation, that is point slope. That means we will have slope given and then will have a point. Then we have to use this equation to find the equation of the line. So if we are given slope and point, slope is m and the point is x1, y1, then the equation will be this: y minus y1 equals to m times x minus x1. And I've already discussed about it. If we get x equals to something or constant, if x equals to 2, then what type of line we have here? That is 1, 2. So the line of this equation is just like this. That is vertical line, right? Okay. So if you get any equation that is x equals to something, then this will form a vertical line. Okay. And also, if we get x equals to -2, then what will happen here? That is the line, that's also vertical line, but it will pass 2 unit to negative x-axis, right? Just like this, x equals to -2. Okay. Now, similarly, can you tell me if we have y equals to 2, so what type of equation we will have here? Horizontal, and the line will pass through 2 unit in the positive direction, right? That is 1, that is 2. So the line will be just like this, right? Since y equals to 2. And if y equals to -3, down 3, right? -3, this is -3, so the line will be just like this. Okay. Now, another one we have here, that is y equals to, if I discuss about this, y equals to mx plus c. Oh, sorry, we have here b, used b. So y equals to mx plus b. Here m is the slope, okay, and b is called y-intercept, right? Y-intercept. Okay. Now, if I give you an equation, that is uh, y equals to, uh, you can call it 2x plus uh, plus 3. So, what type of graph we will get from this? First of all, this will be a line. Okay. Okay. First of all, this will be a line, right? Positive, positive, and then third, This one is y-intercept, right? So this one is m, and that is positive, and this one is y-intercept, and which is positive also, right? So the line will pass through y-axis, and the line will intercept y-axis at 3. Okay, that means the line will pass through this point, and it will be positive. So what type of graph we will have from A here? I'm drawing two graphs, 1 2. So which one will be the answer? First one, number one, right? Okay, now 2 is positive. Now we will explain it, whether our result is correct or not. I already mentioned that the angle, okay, here the value of theta and the value of theta, okay. For first one, the value of theta is greater than 90, right? So theta is greater than 90 and less than 180. So first one follows this condition, and number two follows the value of theta is in between 0 and 90, right? If we assume just like it don't need to be the exact here, just to find out whether the slope is positive or negative. So in first case, the slope will be positive or negative. Okay, then move to this. So it's negative, right? That means the line will, for being the slope positive to be the slope, uh, if the positive, then the line will pass through this, just like this. Okay, just like this. And if the line passes through this, then this type of line whose slope is must be negative, right? Yeah, greater than 90. So here, which one will be the correct answer? First one is negative here. Okay, here negative, and here m is positive. So the answer for this equation will be 2, right? But if you are if you- okay, but if you are given y equals to negative 2x plus 3, then which one? For this equation, which line which line represent this equation? Number one or number two? Check it. Check it again. Here, here, what is the value of the slope? That is, what is the value of m? That is the coefficient of x, right? So minus 2. So value of m is minus 2. That means positive or negative? Negative. That means here for this line, that is first line, number one, we have negative slope since the value of the theta is greater than 90, right? So if the value of theta is greater than 90, then the slope is negative. And for this, we will have positive. Okay. For this, we will have positive. I think you are not clear still. Okay. If I give you another example, that is, uh, if you are asked y equals to draw the equation, that is y equals to 2x minus 3. So can you relate this one? What type of line we will have here? Y intercept. So negative 3 units, right? Okay. So it will be here, this line. And the value of m, that is the coefficient of x. So m is positive or negative? Positive. Okay, m positive. That means the line will pass just like this, right? Since, look at this here. Here, the angle with the x-axis, theta, that is less than 90, less than 90. Okay, less than 90. Okay. Now, if you are given the equation as y equals to negative 2x negative 3, then what type of line we will get from this equation? Negative, negative, just like this. Okay. Now here the angle is greater than 90, right? For this line, we have m equals to negative, and for this line we have m equals to positive. Okay. I think still you have doubt. Okay. So we have here another equation. I already discussed about it. That is y minus y1 equals to m into m multiplied by x minus x1, right? So here basically we are given, if we are given slope m, slope, and we are given a point, that is x1 y1. Okay, then we will use this formula to find the equation of the line. Okay. Here I'm talking about, eh, here basically if you are given the coordinates of a point and the slope of the line. Okay, and here if you go through this example, can you identify here what informations are given here? Here we have to find the equation. Okay, so what are given here? Okay, no. X and Y both are the variable. Okay, X and Y both are the variables here. So we don't need to find the value of X and Y here. Just here we are given slope, that is 4, right? So that is the value of M is given here 4, right? And the line passes through the point 3, 8. That is here this one is x1, this one is y1. Is it clear? So we are given here point P, a point, and the slope. That means we will use this equation, that is y minus y1 equals to slope m multiplied by x minus x1. Okay, so and we have here m equals to 4 and then x1 y1 x1 y1, that is 3 8. Okay, so the value of x1 is 3, right? So x1 is 3, y1 is 8. Clear? Okay, yeah. Okay, repeating it again. Okay, I got your question. You have a doubt that we don't hear the value of x and y. We have here the value of x and y, right? So here we are asked to find an equation, right? Okay, we are asked to find an equation. So what is the form of equation? That is the formula basically. That is the formula basically for finding the equation of the line. But I'm asking you that what is the form of equation? But basically, there will be an equal sign. There will be an right ax plus by equals to c, right? So that means in your equation there will be x and y, right? Okay. In your equation there you have to keep must x and y without any variable, without variable. Can you consider that if I just write 2 equals to 4 over 2, can you consider this an equation? 2 equals to 2, but is there any variable here? So basically, that is not an algebraic equation, right? That is basically, but if you are given here 2x equals to 2, then solving this equation, we will have x equals to 1, right? That means this equation is valid for x equals to 1. Okay, so that means when, all right, so whenever you are going to find an equation, there must be variable. There must be one or it can be one variable, it can be one more than one variable there. No, here x1 and y1. Basically, here x1, y1, these are the fixed points. These are the constant term, not variable. Okay, I got it, but I got it. You have doubt. Still, you have doubt here. Uh, okay. If I discuss it in other ways, that is uh, here. Okay. Now we already know that if the slope is positive, then the line will pass just this way, right? Just like this. Okay. Now you are given here the line. Slope of the line is 4. So here m equals to 4, right? Okay. Now you are given that this line will pass through a point. If we consider this as uh, this is the point of coordinate of the point, that is 3, 8. Okay. Got it? Read the question here. A line has slope 4. We have drawn a line. We considered that the slope is a slope of this line is 4. Okay. And passes through the point 3, 8, and this line passes through the point. If we consider this point as 3, 8, okay, that means here 8, so here 3, okay, so the line passes through the point. And now if we consider, since we are asked to find the equation of this line, so there must be variable, right? We need to have variable here, or we have to consider a point on this line. We have to consider a point on this line which will represent all the points which lies on this line. Yeah. So if we consider a point that is x, y, okay, this point represents all points on this line. Okay, if the point is here, then we can get, that is we can have for this fixed point, if we know the coordinates of the point, then if we put the value here, then we will get the coordinates of this point. Okay, but here now we consider that general form of a point which lies which represent all equation sorry, all points on this line, that is the general coordinates. Okay, this point represents all points on this line. So according to our first discussion, what will be the slope here? Do we have here 2 points here, x1, y1, and second one is 2 points here. Okay. So what are the coordinates of these 2 points? What are the coordinates? What are the coordinates? 3 and 8. That is the coordinates of one point. And another one, we have just let it that x and y, right? Okay. So the equation of this line will be, so the slope of this line will be slope m equals to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1, right? We have already slope here, right? And we have already 1 point here, right? Okay, so we can write it 4 equals to, that is y, y2, 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 that means y, right? Okay, y, then minus y1, that means 8, 8, and then x minus 3, okay? So y minus 8 equals to 4 times x minus 3, right? So now here we have, if we consider x1 as 3, y1 as 8, just like this, then from this equation we have y minus y1, that is 8, right? Equals to, the value of the slope is 4, and then x minus 3. Okay, now look at this two equation, compare this two equation. Okay, okay, but no, 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 it's okay, no problem. So that means, if you are, we are not given here 2 points, right? So we are given 1 point here, but we have let another point, that x, y. Okay, that means here now if we just simplify this equation, then we will have here y minus 8 equals to 4 times x minus 12, and then, okay, we are asked to find the equation point slope form. What is the point slope form? That is the point slope form. A point and a slope is given. So you don't need to just apply this. That's the basic thing. So basically, if you know this equation, then just put the substitute the values here. You will get the values just in a line. You don't need to calculate more. Okay. Basically, I have just related this. How do we get the equation, or how the equation was formed? And then we have another one, that is slope intercept form. What type of form is it? Y equals to mx plus c plus b. Yeah, that is the slope intercept form. That means we have to just reform this equation or rearrange the equation And then if we put 8 on the right, then we will have here 4x minus 12 plus 8. That means y equals to 4x minus 4, right? Okay. So that is the form of slope intercept form. Now, can you guess what type of equation you will have here? Minus, here minus y-intercept is negative, so goes down. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So the line will pass just like this. That means this one is not correct. Okay, here negative 4. Got it? Here is the angle. So since the slope is positive, so angle must be in between, the angle must be less than 90, right? So can you now draw graph if you are given the equation? But still you have doubt whether when the slope is positive, what type of line will you get? Still you are in doubt of this. If you have positive slope, then the line will be just like, yeah, just like this. That this one is y-intercept. So this one is y-intercept. So the slope is the coefficient of x basically. Okay, in this form, if you are given the equation in this form y equals to mx plus b, then the coefficient of x is slope. Okay, is it okay now? Uh, we have another one. Okay, now can you solve it? Okay, okay. It's okay, but we lost some time just at the starting. Okay, okay, okay. Thank you. From my side, good afternoon. Okay, thank you.